Okay, folks. Welcome back. This is your old pal Hondo on another project for you folks. This is on the 1980s style of Homelite chainsaw, the Homelite Super XL. This is a 20-inch bar chainsaw. Very old school. This is back before they, had kickback bars. It doesn't have a kickback bar. It's very heavy. It's from the 1980s. This is back when they were making them in America. When we were using it, I guess the guy had never, never fixed the pull starter, which we're going to replace it with a Arnold's universal pull starter from Lowe's. You can basically get this from any Lowe's to replace pull starters on small equipment. This is the on and off switch right here. This was the prime. The bar and chain oil on it. I think it was a 40cc chainsaw. Has a fuel tank right there. Very simple operation. Has a choke right here. They had Zama carburetors. I looked it over last night. It also needs fuel on, so it is what it is. But we're just going to fix the pull starter mechanism on it, and I'll sharpen it up later before I give it back to the guy. We're just going to replace this, but I'll tell him about the other things that are wrong with it, and maybe he'll want to fix that down the road. Okay, we're going to get into the fix. Now, the way you want to do this now is we're going to need a couple tools here to do this. You need a pair of surgical type of pliers to grab the line through the hole once you make it. First, you got to twist the line holder, and it's really a tricky process. Once you wind it up, you have to wind it up in a way that it's going to go all the way tight. You don't want to get it to where the retention of the spring is not going to hold it. So this is really a pain in the butt type of process. You want to run the line through the hole here, and then it'll catch right here and here. But you got to block this from moving out, so you have to put some kind of tool in there to hold it back. I think we got it to where it won't wind up anymore. If you put too much retention on the spring, it'll won't recoil right. You want it to wind it up as far as it'll go, which this is the tricky part of it all because I can't remove it from the machine. But basically, you just want to wind it all the way up to where it won't wind up anymore without breaking the retention. It's a very tricky process. You have to hold it while it's down like that and wind it up all the way to where it won't wind up anymore, and you might want to back it off a little bit if you got too much tension on it. And that's about probably good right there. You want retention. You want to stick a small tool in here to block the thing from moving. Sometimes you can get it to do that, but sometimes you can't. You might want to go one more right here. This will help block put this file in here. That will help it block it a little bit, but that'll help hold the retention spring down, right? And then you take the end of the string and feed it back through the hole on it. You may have to move it really close to here to get it to, kind of go through the hole here. If I can see the hole to do this, which I don't, I just hit the camera. But this is a pain in the ass to do, really. Trying to find the hole here and feed it through the hole into the line receiver through here. And this is where the pliers will come in handy to grab the small end of the line to bring it up. Okay, we'll need these little surgical type of pliers to grab the line through. Then once you grab the line through, like so, you'll have to tie a little knot in it on the end. Not very big, just a regular knot. To tie it like that, and then you basically tie the knot off like so. To get, well, you might want to make it smaller, but you can cut the end off whenever you need it. You know, you just want to make a little knot. Pull it tight, as tight as it'll go, and pull the other side of the line and the excess tight through the hole so it doesn't go through, and basically hide the little line end in there, like so. And then when you do this, you have to be very careful, mind your fingers, to do this. And once you pull it like so, you pull tension on the other side of the line and allow it to hold it tightly so it will pull in the string. Of course, on the other end, it's being held up. But you basically pull a little bit of tension on the other side of the string and allow the recoil spring to suck the line back up in there as much as you need. You won't need much, believe me. Basically, that's all you need to do this. Now, I'm going to spray a little bit of lube on the inside in here, so it'll help loosen it up a little bit, because it's been like 30 years since this thing's been, you know, used. This will also help it you know, re-oil it, you know, give a little bit of brake nut, loose oil there. Okay, there you go, folks. That's how you replace the line on a chainsaw. We're going to replace it back on the machine and tighten the nuts back up, and make sure you put the screws in. Maybe you might want to take a picture before you put this back on, so you know which way the screws went. I had to use a, actually I couldn't get it with the screwdriver, so I had to use the, a socket wrench. I had to use a, because it hasn't been opened in so long, I had to use a 86-105 socket wrench right there to screw them in tight, to unscrew them because they were stuck on there so bad. We're going to replace the screws, and we'll put the handle back on it. Okay, folks, now we're going to be replacing the pull starter handle on this. First thing you want to do is make sure it'll fit through this hole here. If it doesn't, you're going to have to melt it off and then mush it down to where it will, which we're going to have to do. To melt the tip down, to do this, you can use some kind of lighter or some sort of heat source to do this. We're going to just get the tip of it melted, and we're going to round this out. Use a lighter. You can use just about anything you want. But we're going to mush the tip down to get it to where it'll get into the hole of the handle. Fairly simple process. Just want to mush the tip down to where it'll fit into the handle. Hopefully this will do it. There's a little hole on the bottom of the handle. First you want to put the handle in first and kind of just guide it through like so. It'll come out the other end, which, you know, through the bottom like that. Pull it all the way through until it hits the very bottom of the pull starter mechanism. Find where you want to tie a knot off in the end once you get this part through the hole and out the other end, like so. Okay, then you might want to use a small pair of pliers maybe if it doesn't want to go. You know what I mean? Okay. And then you find where you want to tie off a knot. You may want to pull some of the cordage out of the pull starter, like so. To this point here. Okay, well, yes, about on par where I want the knot. And then you basically tie a small knot in it, like so. You may want to move the knot down a little bit. and just tie a regular freaking knot in it. It doesn't have to be perfect. You know, it might stick out a little bit, but that's okay. You know, yeah, I'm gonna pull it out a little bit more. So I fucked up. It's okay, you can retie the knot. Just don't tie it too tight when you first tie it. So you can untie it if you have to. Not working with all the best, most fanciest tools there is on the market, but you know, it is what it is, and this is the way I've always done it. It's just everybody does it differently. Okay, what you want to do is pull a little bit of the cordage out where it spring loads. And I might want to pull a little bit more out where all this junk out of the way. Pull this out a little. Oh man, it started rolling. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Try to run the knot down as much as I can. Pull a little bit more out. Oh jeez Louise. This is the hard part about doing this. If you're not working with the best of the world's situations here, and that should do it. Yeah, that should do it. Okay, then you cinch the knot down really good. Get yourself a pair of bolt cutters or whatever you want, knife, and you cut the excess off. Okay, that's cut. I'm going to burn the end off so it doesn't get, you know, loose or unraveled while you're doing it. Okay, that's good enough. I just squeeze it down on there and then run it down in there like so, and then push the cap back on, and there you go. That's how you replace a pull starter on a chainsaw. Redo it again. So we're gonna try it again. Try to start it up with the new pull start cord on it. Almost got it. Okay, folks, that's how you replace a pull start cord on a Homelite Super XL old school chainsaw. It needs some other work, but it's not mine. I just replaced the pull starter on it, and now it's going to run fine. Well, folks, I hope you like this little DIY on a old Homelite Super XL, how to replace the pull starter on it. Go ahead and give me a like and subscribe. And you know what y'all can do. You put God first, He puts you first every time. And you know what else, YouTube? God loves you, so does Hondo. Peace.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.